There is a gene in your body whose official symbol was retired in 2019. Nothing was discovered. Nothing was corrected. The gene itself never changed. The symbol was retired because Microsoft Excel kept reading it as a date. There were 27 of them. Every human gene carries two labels, a long descriptive name and a short symbol. The symbol is what scientists actually type. SEPT1, MARCH1, DEC1. Type those into a spreadsheet, and the spreadsheet helps. September 1st becomes the 1st of September. It happens silently, and once the file is saved, changing the format back does not bring the symbol back. In 40,000 rows, nobody sees it. The gene was intact. The symbol was valid. The spreadsheet had other plans. One of those 27 was DEC1. It stood for deleted in esophageal cancer 1, a stretch of chromosome 9 that goes missing in a particular tumour. It was named, in other words, for an absence. And there were two DEC1s. The other was a clock gene. It regulates circadian rhythm, the system that tells your body what time it is. It was never the official DEC1. The literature used the name anyway. One symbol, two genes. One of them keeps time. And a spreadsheet turned it into the 1st of December. Little DEC1 went into a cell. December came out. The gene was still well. Nothing was haunted. Nothing was cursed. The software was helping. It got there first. In 2016, a team in Australia scanned 3,500 papers. 1 in 5 that shipped a gene list in Excel carried this error. Nature Genetics then audited its own archive. Of its articles carrying Excel tables that year, 18% were affected. It called the error prevalent but trivial. It posted a list of its own defective tables on its blog and decided they did not justify correction. No criticism was intended of the publications, of the authors, or of the software. Nobody was blamed, including the spreadsheet. The Hugo Gene Nomenclature Committee has named human genes since the 1970s. They are reluctant to change a symbol, and they say why. Renaming genes linked to disease is disruptive and could contribute to an incorrect diagnosis. They changed 27 anyway. Their published explanation is one sentence. The problem could not be solved by advising users to change their settings in Excel. Not would not, could not. Excel had hundreds of millions of users. Human gene nomenclature had rather fewer. The smaller side changed its vocabulary. This was market share, expressed as nomenclature. They also renamed Dopey1 and Dopey2. A symbol like that can end up attached to somebody's diagnosis. That is a good reason. The other one was a spreadsheet. Years later, someone asked whether the warnings had made this rarer. 11,000 papers, 31% carried the error. The two studies are not directly comparable. The newer scan caught more kinds of conversion. But it found no sign the problem was going away. And it had got stranger. A protein called June 1 was stored as May the 31st because the spreadsheet read the name as June -1 and did the subtraction. It did not misread the data. It did arithmetic on it. You can format the column as text before importing, or you can double-click the file. People double-clicked the file. Back in 2016, when the Australian team went looking for the wreckage, they found 166 files with nothing left to work with. No coordinates, no accession numbers. Those genes had names. Nothing left in those files can tell you what they were. No DNA was edited. Nothing inside your body is different. What changed was the map, and nobody reads the territory. We read the map, the names, the symbols, the files, and the map is now, permanently, shaped by the default settings of a spreadsheet. Gene names have always been a record of who was in the room. Somebody found an absence in a tumour and named a gene after it. Excel was in the room. Microsoft eventually added a setting that stops Excel doing this. The conversion is still the default. The software can be told not to do it. It simply assumes you would rather not tell it. The gene is still there. DEC1 is now filed under previous symbols. The software is still running, working as intended. That was the problem.